like to start by saying, all praises be unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Racha Kwadash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth. Shalom unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Barakatam. Okay, and Lord willing, this will be the start of a kind of series thing that I'll be doing, and it's pretty much reading through the Bible, reading through the scriptures, man. You know, of course, we're here to, you know, preach the gospel, preach this truth, proclaim the return and the coming of our Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, unto the edification of the hopeful elect, unto the salvation of the elect. So we break these scriptures down as we've been taught, as is commanded of the scriptures, you know. But you know, we are also to read and recite and you know, recite what we can remember, read, okay. You know, you memorize scriptures and stuff, but the scripture says, "Blessed is he that readeth." You know, so we're here to read and to get into these scriptures. So Lord willing, I can get into this. You know, brothers have done it before, many years gone by, but Lord willing, I can start a series where it's just straight reading of the scriptures, and I plan to do it in order of how the scriptures are documented. So it will just be a reading session, chapters at a time. Maybe do 5 chapters, maybe do 10 chapters each in a go. Okay, but before I start, I'm gonna read this scripture, and it's from the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, from verse 1. And it says, "And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord Yahweh had commanded to Israel. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose, and beside him stood Mattithiah, and Shema, and Anaiah, and Urijah, and Hilkiah, and Masaiah, on his right hand and on his left hand, Pedaiah, Mishael, Malchiah, and Hasham, and Hashbanada, and Zechariah, and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord Yahweh, the great power, and all the people answered, Aman, Aman, with lifting up their hands. They bowed their heads and worshipped the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, with their faces to the ground. Okay, so here we have the birth, if you will, of the pulpit, you know, or the podium. Okay, you know, and you see these in modern day, you know, I say modern day, you see these in churches, you know, and the Bible will be placed on it, and that's where the Bible is supposedly read from. You know, preachers get up there and talk and all kind of stuff. But that's the birth of the pulpit. The pulpit was created out of wood so that they could place the Torah on it, and that the priest Ezra could read it in the sight of the people. You know, and that would be a large part of the Sabbath service as well, the reading of the law. And after the reading, you'd have the interpretation, aka breaking it down. And this is our ancient custom, you know. And we stood from morning till midday listening, and at the completion of the reading of each Torah section, we would say Aman, Aman, lifting up our hands and bowing our heads onto the floor. And also when the book was taken out, as we just read in the scripture, they would stand, okay, out of respect for the holy word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, as I said, Lord willing, I can make this a ongoing series if the Spirit is with it, and we'll be reading through the Bible, and we'll start from the very beginning. So here goes. This is the book of Genesis, which means in the headings. The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of the powers moved upon the face of the waters. And the powers said, let there be light, and there was light. And the powers saw the light, that it was good. And the powers divided the light from the darkness. And the powers called the light day, and the darkness they called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And the powers said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And the powers made the firmament, and divided the waters, which were under the firmament, from the waters, which were above the firmament, and it was so. And the powers called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And the powers said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. And the powers called the dry land earth, and gathering together of the waters called they seas. And the powers saw that it was good. And the powers said, let the earth bring forth grass, and the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the powers made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. They made the stars also. And the powers said, and the powers set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the powers saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And the powers said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And the powers created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after his kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. And the powers blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And the powers said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And the powers made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. And the powers said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the powers created man in their own image. In the image of the power created he them, male and female created he them. And the powers blessed them, And the powers said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. Subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And the powers said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given you every green herb for meat. And it was so. And the powers saw everything that they had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day the power ended their work, which they had made, and they rested on the seventh day from all their work which they had made. And the powers blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it they had rested from all their work which the powers created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created in the day that Yahweh power had made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahweh power had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And Yahweh Most High planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yahweh power to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that it is which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. There is palladium and onyx stone. The name of the second river is Gihon. The same it is that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third is Hiddekel, that is which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And Yahweh power took the man and put him into the garden of Eden, to dress it and to keep it. And Yahweh power commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. And Yahweh power said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. Out of the ground Yahweh formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam, or Adama, to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adama called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adama gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adama there was not found an helpmeet for him. And the Lord power, Yahweh, caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adama, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord Yahweh power had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adama said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called Ayashah, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field that the Lord Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, Ye shall not eat it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For the Most High doth know that in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as powers, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord Yahweh walking in the midst, in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Most High among the trees of the garden. And the Lord Yahweh called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou not eat of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord power Yahweh said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. He shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will multiply greatly thy sorrow and in thy conception, and in sorrow shalt thou bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And Adam called his wife's name Hawa, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adama also, to his wife, did the Lord power make coats of skin, and clothe them. And the Lord Yahweh power said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore the Lord power sent them forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword, which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. chapter 4. And Adama knew his wife Hawa, his wife, and she conceived and bare Qayan, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abal, and Habal was a keeper of sheep, and Qayan was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Qayan brought forth fruit from the ground, an offering unto Yahweh. And Abal also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and his offering, but unto Cain, to his offering, he had not respect. Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives, and the names of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. And Adah bare Jabal, and he was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor to every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For Most High said, She hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of Yahweh. Chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that the powers created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adamah. In the day when they were created. And Adama lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adama after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years, and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 850 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begat Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with the Most High. After he begat Methuselah 300 years, he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years, and Enoch walked with the Father, and he was not, for Most High took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begat a son, and called his name Noah, saying, the same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil after our hands, because of the ground which the Lord Jehovah hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. And there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, they bare children to them. And the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was evil continually. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh. And these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and a perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with the Most High. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me. For the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and pitch shall it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set on the side thereof. With the lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And, behold, I, even I, do bring a flood upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is breath of life, from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant. And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee, and they shall be male and female. Of fowls of their kind, and of cattle of their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all the food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that the Most High commanded him, so did he. Chapter 7. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark. For thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7, the male and his female. And of beasts that are clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according to all that the Lord Yahweh commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with them, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts, and the beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as Most High had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 7th day of the month, the same day were all the mountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah, and Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, and every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they went in male and female of all flesh, as Most High commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beast, and of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man in all whose nostrils were the breath of life. Of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, the fowls of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. And Most High remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And the Most High made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of 150 days the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountain of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually unto the 10th month. Of the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth, that he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 605th year, on first year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month of the 7th and 20th day of the month was the earth dried. And Most High spoke unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing is with thee of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord Yahweh, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord Yahweh smelt a sweet savour, and the Lord Yahweh said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more, for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done. while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. And Most High blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand and are they delivered. Every moving thing, every living shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Most High made he them. And you, be fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And the Most High spake unto Noah, and said unto his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth, and I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And the Most High said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between you and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant Most High and every creature of flesh that is upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and all of them was the whole earth spread. And Noah begun to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his youngest son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh, the power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. The Most High shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Chittim, and Dodim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. And the sons of Cham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ra'amah, and Sabethka. And the sons of Ra'amah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord Yahweh. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before Yahweh. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Echad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah, and Resen between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Ananim, and Lehabim, and Naphthuhim, and Parthusim, and Kalsuhim, of whom came Philistim, and Captorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Gazerite, and the Hivite, and the Arkite, and the Sinite, and the Arvidite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar unto Gaza, and thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Cham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Sham also the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Sham, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gathar, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The names of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Almodad, and Shelef, and Hazar Amath, and Jerah, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling was from Mashah, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Sham, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noach, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Ka'Allah Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Recha Kodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who taught us this truth. This has been the reading of the book of Genesis out of the Torah, chapter 1 through to chapter 10. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barak Thumb, Shalom.